have word from the tribunal. We see it in you, the thirst, the art, the passion. Trail of cold, bloody murder you've left in your track. A stage. Oh. When the curtain falls, the tribunal will be watching. I see. Hey, Cleet.
Very well.
What did you make of that?
You started that fight. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. You're a monster.
Buddy, he hit me. All right, well, you believe what you want. Hey, Lucretius, your circus is kind of fucked.
Oh dear. Screaming children, an oozing corpse, and it's not even my birthday. I thought the Absolute wouldn't dare set foot in my circus. To use such a woeful dribbles impersonator, why, it's downright rude.
I mean, are you sure that maybe the real Dribbles was a doppelganger all along?
As much as I love a good murder, my customers don't. The real Dribbles charms animals and makes puns. Awful puns. Not this. Alas, I cannot afford to lose any more staff. Funerals are so very expensive. I need to move the circus. But I cannot leave just yet. Not without Dribbles. He was a star. Customers of every color and creed simply adored him.
Okay.
I need him back, and I'll shower the person who finds him in love, adoration, and adequate compensation. What do you say?
Ideally, the compensation would be a little more than adequate, but yeah, fine. We'll find Dribbles.
That's the spirit, darling. And remember, I look after those who make me happy. Good luck, and thanks ever so much.
Oh, hey. Arabella left us a letter. That might or might not be good. I owe you a lot. Don't know what it's true. I did that. I did all of those things. You're on your own. Bone Man says it's a good thing. Aren't you 8? You have to let the weave guide you. It's tugging you to Baldur. We're going to Baldur's Gate. You could have just stuck with... Okay. All right. Well. Yeah. Listen. Tiny child wants to make it on her own. I guess that's fine. Oh no, did Volo leave it? Volo, did you also strike it out for yourself in the big city? A matter of critical import requiring my immediate attention has arisen. Not that your various misadventures are unimportant per se, but, well, regardless, the matter is far too sensitive to be committed to part from here. I shall regale you of it when we meet again in Baldur. We are going to Baldur's Gate! We're on the... Don't you remember there's a big fuck-off army on the march? Giant brain, magic leash, crown-headed thing, 2/3 of triumvirate fuckeries, getting to Baldur's Gate, invading. Didn't you see that? Weren't you here when we told that story over the fire? Don't you fuckers understand that we're also going to... We're also going to Baldur's Gate.
Watching gods. But I never thought I would be happy to see the city again. Much less to smell it. The Harper safe house I spoke of is on the bridge at Worm's Crossing. Danthelon's dancing axe.
Remind us why we're going there?
Information. The Chosen have a head start on us. I'd like to know what they've done with it.
Smart. Reasonable. How are you doing without your mooks?
You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days.
Are we really
allies every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles.
Are we really a small pack? Like, there's like 8 or 9 murder hobos. And all of our various hangers-on. And I realize we just shed a couple of hangers-on, but we still have some hangers-on. So, alright. Yeah, something old days.
Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in.
Okay. All right. You know, we were just at a camp furniture store. I had the opportunity to get a statue of myself. I'm sure they could whip us up a rocking chair.
Soldier, this is it. We're almost to the city. First through Worm's Crossing, then on to the lower city.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it smells the exact same. 10 years on, but still home. Incredible.
Worried about Dammon. Oh, right. The Emperor offered us a special tadpole, which we're definitely not doing. Definitely not doing the special tadpole.
Worm's Crossing. The welcome mat of Baldur's Gate. This is it. I'm almost home.
You say that as though you're fucking terrified, which, I mean, I don't blame you.
I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike.
Bagunicorn says it is wild that I made it all the way to Act 3 without finding out Astarian Steel, which, see, here I was thinking I fairly well understood Astarian Steel, but, well, I know what the game has presented to me, and I know what I have uncovered, and apparently there's more. Also, yes, Parlor Ghost, I do like this look on Astarian. He looks really good. How exactly do you plan to strike here, Asti?
Neither will I, darling. At least I hope you'll come along for the show. But regardless, the plan is simple. Find him, stop him from gaining almighty power, and then really enjoy killing him.
It seems a simple plan, but, okay.
Worm's Crossing. The gaping maw of the city. Nature has little control over what happens beyond that bridge.
How's that kid doing?
I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
Civilization beckons at last. It's no Waterdeep, but Baldur's Gate is a respectable runner-up. Or at least a close third.
Hey. Rude. Also, where is that cat? I don't remember us having a cat. Do we have a cat? Gale, did you bring your cat?
Worm's Crossing. We could be inside the city walls before long. And I could be back where this all started.
Hey, what about, reverse stalking those Sharites who were stalking you?
I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go.
Okay. So you don't even know where to go?
Not quite. Above all else, protecting our base of operations in Baldur's Gate was the reason I had to surrender my memories to begin with. Or at least, that's what I was led to believe. We should look for someone to point me in the right direction. Otherwise, we'll have little recourse but to wander the whole city searching.
I mean, that doesn't sound like the worst idea I've ever heard.
I know what you mean. And under different circumstances, I'd like that too. But first things first, I'm afraid.
Fair enough. So are they going to be happy to see you? What with the whole golden armor, wielding a weapon of a pretty directly opposed god and, you know, blonde thing?
If by warm you perhaps mean a flaming arrow, I doubt they'll attack in public. No, I expect they'll point me in the right direction so I can face my reckoning away from prying eyes.
Awesome. Awesome. Sounds great.
Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
Okay. Refugees near Worm's Crossing. Got it. Hey, Will. You worried about your dad still?
Incredible to be back. My home. My city.
Yeah, that's a good question. Are you excited, reluctant, or both?
Baldur's Gate is where I first raised a glass in toast at the tender age of 14 and got so tipsy from wine, I puked in Dillard Portier's bushes. It's where the flaming fist chased me after I'd stolen a peach from a cart in the Wide. I got a good chewing out over it, too. It's where my father taught me to hold a rapier, to read books of law, to know right from wrong. It's been 7 years since I left. It's no paradise, but it's home, and it's worth saving. And you? The city's yours too, after all. How's it feel to be back?
It fucking rules. Not gonna lie, it fucking rules.
Wonderful, isn't it? Torril's history is written within our city's walls. Expeditions to the continent of Mastika gather in the harbor. The Church of Gon displays its most priceless treasures in the High House of Wonders. Voices raised in song on Returning Day. The heady wines at the Elf Song. There's truly no place like Baldur's Gate.
Will, you sound as though you're narrating a tourism video, and also as though you're pitching several products available for purchase now from your friends at Wizards of the Coast. But I digress. Hello! You're Yenna and Grub. Hi, Yenna and Grub.
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right?
Oh,
you
you're the...
really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet.
Oh, you're the...
She might come later. I don't think she's coming.
You're the kid with
Could
no mom.
we maybe stay here?
Of course, girl. You can help me determine who it is doing all this snoring.
Okay. Characters in the party who definitely snore. Ranked. Celeste. Halsin. Jaheira. And the Bugbear. Owlbear. The Owlbear Cub. There. Celeste, Halsin, Jaheira, and the Owlbear Cub. They're the ones who snore. Also Lae'Zel. I mean, look at that nose. I know bulldogs. That's, you know, it's not unlike that. Lae'Zel, do Githyanki have, like, a history of respiratory disease that means they don't really live to see super old age? Because, well... Anyway, also Lae'Zel. Lae'Zel definitely snores. Fine, we've got plenty of folks here. And space. That's a better thing.
Yes! You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good. Whatever you want. Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely desperately need to have a conversation with this cat right the fuck now. Hi, cat.
I'm just a cat. Please, talk to Yenna.
Wait a second. Hold on. I've known a handful of cats in my time, particularly in this game, and I have never known a cat that would say, I'm just a cat. Why are you scared?
Well, why are you so nosy?
Why are you a druid? Why are you Yenna's mother acting as a cat to determine your child's morality? Or something like that.
Yenna is my best friend. She's kind. Help her, not me.
Oh my god, this cat is fucking adorable.
Please don't.
Oh. Okay. Do you know what happened to...
Nothing good, I don't think. She was so very sick. Maybe she made like a cat and went off to spend her last life.
He's a very precious kitty cat. He's a very precious kitty cat, and yet, I don't trust that cat. I don't trust that cat. Oh, hey. Oh. Oh, hi. Uh-oh.
Queen Vlaakith. Skra!
You are a Sherlock, and still you speak my name.
Uh-huh.
I've seen the captive Orpheus with my own eyes. Spoken to Gestil Kithrak Voss. You lied to us. Enslaved us.
The betrayer Voss lies! I have only a moment, and you, Hasharlak, will listen. We are Githyanki. We move mountains. We snuff out stars. We shake the plains. The traitor Voss has lied to you. The heretic prince would shatter us in an instant. The great dominion shrunk to the head of a pin.
I mean...
Can this be true? Is the Githyanki prince really a threat to his own people?
Yeah!
Or simply a challenge to Vlaakith's rule?
The Githyanki prince is very pointedly a threat to all people!
The astral prism. Slay Orpheus the pretender.
No! Wait, maybe.
Serve me, and I will ascend you. You will be no mere warrior, nor Kithrak. You will be Barta Vlaakith, commander of dragons. My only, my chosen.
Don't use that word.
A final chance. Kneel before me. Make your promise.
Lae'Zel's thoughts become yours. The sight of Orpheus looms over her mind. Voss's words echo within it. She means to forever turn her back on Vlaakith.
I mean, that's probably a good idea. See, here's the thing, right? This Orpheus guy is, like, powering the Emperor to help us stand against the Absolute or something. I forgot the finer details, but he's important. He's important, and it's unfortunate for him that he needs to be in, like, stasis or whatever, and that's bad, and eventually we're going to have a conversation with the Emperor about, like, not doing that. But, as nice as it would be for him to lead an army against Vlaakith, he's also going to wind up leading an army of the Absolute or something. It's going to be bad for, like, everything. So, when Vlaakith says this fucker Orpheus is kind of a bad deal, there's some sympathy to be generated there. However, the murder killing of Orpheus doesn't sound like a good thing to do. It seems bad. We've previously established that Vlaakith is a big, awful, fuck-off liar person. Orpheus has a psionic power that resists Mind Flayer mind control. He was trapped in prison by Vlaakith so they could use his power, but keep him captive. That's true. And you know who else uses his power? The fucking Emperor! Or me, or something. The point is, resisting Mind Flayer mind control is a good thing. It's a good thing. We need that. Without that, we kinda lose. That's sort of ball game here. Cause I've got like 85 bugs in my brain, each and every one of which has a kill switch that says, boom, serve the Absolute forever now. And they're constantly trying to fire, and the only thing stopping them from fire is the fact that Orpheus is in a magic rock or whatever. And because Orpheus is in the magic rock or whatever, everything's cool. And we're gonna stop the Absolute. And then, once we stop the Absolute, we can have some pointed discussions with the Emperor about the ethics of keeping Orpheus in a rock for essentially perpetuity. But then, you know, we're not doing the thing Vlaakith wants. Fuck Vlaakith. Hold on. Okay, so Lae'Zel's gonna say fuck off Vlaakith. Given that, and the general tone of this game has been Celeste taking a step back and letting Lae'Zel interact with Vlaakith and other Githyanki business, Celeste is going to take a step back and let Lae'Zel interact with Vlaakith and Githyanki business by telling Vlaakith to fuck right off.
I gave you my faith, and you called me traitor. I gave you my life, and you ordered your knights to hunt me. I have witnessed too much, and you have given me too little. Finally, I can see.
Yeah!
Orpheus will live, and I will hear his creed. This is my word.
Ha-ha!
Your word is nothing!
Uh-oh.
You are nothing!
Unlikely.
The Kithraki will bring you. I will tear your flesh from your bones and devour your skull's marrow while you beg for death.
Seems unlikely.
I will consume you. I will unmake you.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, the last time I taunted Vlaakith, I literally died. But, yeah, do it. You fucking do it. Well, do it then. Bag worth of shit? Hey, Karlach, you've got an exclamation point above your head. Actually, everybody's got all sorts of exclamation points are above heads. Hi, Karlach. Hey, did you see that? It was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know about you.
Soldier, my engine. It hurts.
Uh-oh.
I think this might be it. Soon. Things burning hotter than I knew it could.
Ah, crap.
But look, we've just about made it to the city. That'll do me. Let's go protect it. Whatever happens after that is between me and the so-called gods.
Or we could get you fixed somehow.
With this heat going, I can't spare the energy to think. I just want to enjoy whatever's left of this life of mine.
Oh.
Anyway, it could be worse. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, with who I'm meant to be with. How many people can say that?
Have you been shacking up with Gale behind our backs? Well, I mean, as long as Karlach's not dead, it's entirely possible that we wind up not killing Karlach, either through action or misplaced priorities. It'll be fine. Anyway, hi, Lae'Zel. So you just officially turned your back on your god. Welcome to the club.
It is done. There is no going back. As long as the Undying Queen reigns, I am never to soar unbound over the astral sea. Never to cross the one in the void.
Well,
as it should be. Better a short life built on truth than immortality woven of lies.
Yeah.
Better to unite the Githyanki under a prince who would free their minds and honor their bodies.
And resist mind control, right?
Why do I feel so bitter?
Because you haven't reaped immediate, tangible rewards of the decision to turn your back on the way you were raised and brought up. And okay. We can explore the furthest reaches of her emotions. We can, what's the true source of her resentment? Okay, listen, I'm real bad at wisdom checks. It is DC 10. Hey, Lae'Zel, could you give me guidance? Like, can I get guidance from you to help me guide you? No? All right, fine. Well, I am lucky, so I've got that going for me.
Vlaakith has upended Lae'Zel's whole existence.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she knew to be true, every plan and aspiration she ever held has been painfully ripped away.
I can see how that might frustrate a
Lae'Zel's
person.
bitterness is born of sadness. She is mourning the loss of the person she once was, and can never be again.
Sounds about right. That tracks. I wish there was a dialogue option that just says, restate everything the narrator just said. Yeah, Vlaakith yoinked some shit.
How well you've come to know me.
Yeah!
But in truth, she didn't take everything. I have what I have gathered for myself. I'm moored to a new regent, a new land, and new allies.
And a new god.
Vlaakith cannot unmake she who no longer exists.
That's right.
And so, from the old battle cries is birthed another. Shema Salar Orpheus, Ma Stilnar Forgin in Yeri.
What she said.
Orpheus' will above all. May the comet blaze my path forward.
Sure. Listen, I'm sure that trading one cult for another is not the ideal plan, but, you know, as these things go, if it's a better cult, right, it's probably better for you. Like, when my mom stopped smoking, she started eating frozen M&Ms. Gained 50 pounds. Might not be the best example, but... Anyway, are you sure that hopping into one cult right after another is a great idea?
Orpheus's freedom is my want and my need. To deny his freedom would be to deny my own.
Point of order?
There will come a time,
if I may,
when I can think about myself beyond the Lich Queen who enslaves the Githyanki and the prince who would liberate them.
What about the...
But that time won't come until the Prince of the Comet flies again.
Okay, can we agree to make that, like, priority number one after we stop the Absolute? Like, I'm not opposed to keep the group together. Listen, it's not going to be everyone. I'm sure after we do the Absolute thing, folks are going to want to go off on their own paths. But listen, you, me, and Shadowheart, and, like, maybe one other person. We can hire a mercenary. Gale doesn't have anything going on. Well, Gale's a bomb. He could very, very well explode. You, me, Shadowheart, and, Scratch. You, me, Shadowheart, and Scratch going into the Astral Prism and, you know, having a nice long chat with the Emperor and freeing Orpheus and confronting Vlaakith. That sounds like a great thing for us to do after we stop the Absolute, right? Because we've pretty thoroughly established that Orpheus being imprisoned is the thing that's stopping the... Alright, is this bot thing a big deal?
Vlaakith's left hand and her right. Commander of all dragons, chosen of the Queen Regent. Not since Vlaakith I has a Bart to Vlaakith been anointed. Another empty promise. Only a naive fool would believe otherwise. The kind of fool I was not so long ago.
It does seem like a fancy title.
We find Voss at Shares's caress and retrieve the key to releasing the prince. Orpheus Tough Kinasin.
Man, eventually we're gonna have to have a priorities talk, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be A-okay. One of the things that makes Baldur's Gate 3 special is that it has more than one character realize their cult is bullshit by or during Act 2, and we actually get to see the fallout of it. That's true. That's true. Both Shadowheart and Lae'Zel have very clearly had the, wait a second, this is all crap. Fuck this moment. And it's very rare that you get to see very far beyond the fuck this moment. Act 3, I'm guessing, is going to be comprised, not entirely, but in large part, of the stuff that comes after the fuck this moment. Which is nice. It's good. I like it. I also like having 3 red apples as part of my dinner.
So, Lae'Zel's finally seen the light and turned on her mistress. It took a little time, but she got there.
Sorry, starting...
Oh, it's not over yet. Masters rarely let their slaves go without a fight.
Feel as though you know something about that. Also, can we come up with a different terminology than suggesting that Lae'Zel turned on her mistress? Because, well... Anyway, join the team.
I would, but you have so many friends already.
Yeah, good news. They're leaving. Hi, Halson. You have an exclamation point above your head now.
For a while, after the shadow curse was lifted, I felt hope in a way that I hadn't felt in years. I thought that nature would heal and balance between it and civilization could be restored once and for all.
Uh-oh.
Yet since we neared the city, I've seen more and more signs that I was being naive. Refugees, orphans, the downtrodden, all being left behind.
Yeah.
Perhaps the Shadow Druids were right in their own twisted way. If such sorrows are the fruits of civilization, perhaps there can be no true balance between it and nature.
Halsin, allow me to suggest an alternative. What if your problem is not with civilization, but with another awful evil C word? Capitalism. Come, friend, join me as we build a socialist utopia that also involves killing the absolute. We'll still do that, right?
Look around us. You will not have to search for long to see exactly what I mean.
Well,
that poor girl, Yenna. This city will devour her as sure as any wild predator would do.
I mean, maybe.
Be it through malice or just neglect. Her fate will be sealed by this place.
What if we overthrew
Society should be judged based on how they treat their most vulnerable.
I mean, that's true.
Baldur's Gate may deserve harsh judgment from what I've seen so far.
Let's meet it out. Let's dish out some punishment here, buddy. Let's overthrow the ruling structure and build ourselves a new and better society. Listen. All right. Do you have a plan?
I wish I knew. Truly. A problem for another day, perhaps. I just hope there is another day.
Great.
At least we took Yenna in off the streets. But there are many more out there.
Okay, so you remember a few minutes ago when it was going to be me, Lae'Zel, Shadowheart, and Scratch on a quest to save Orpheus and overthrow Vlaakith? Let's add Halsin to that group, because we can get Halsin to stick around as long as we promise to also overthrow capitalism, right? We can convince Orpheus to overthrow capitalism. He doesn't sound like he's gonna care that much. We can combine our post absolute quests into one cohesive unit. We overthrow the Illithids, we do some eco-terrorism, we smash capitalism wherever it may stand, and also we kill Vlaakith somehow. This is excellent post-game content. I'm so glad Wizards of the Coast didn't fumble the bag and didn't fuck up their relationship with Larian Studios, and they've already announced that they're in pre-production on Baldur's Gate 4. It's good to fantasize about things for a minute. Lurkin, go 9-9, would you? Rock-a-bye, Lurkin, you're gonna die. I fucking hate you. And your bad eyes. I don't know, I didn't think of the second line there.